10 signs the universe wants you to be with someone. Let's be honest for a second. You've loved before. Maybe more than once. You've given so much, often more than you should have. You've waited. You've hoped. You've let go. And there were nights, quiet, long nights, when you lay there wondering, is there really still someone out there for me? And then, almost out of nowhere, a thought, a face, a name, a feeling you can't quite explain. You're unsettled. Something you may have put to sleep a long time ago. What if that's not a coincidence? Here's what I know. At 40, 50, 60, you know who you are. You know your strengths. You know your wounds. You're done with games. Done with halfway. And that's exactly what makes you ready for something real. The universe has a plan. Not in spite of everything you've been through, but because of it. Every hard relationship, every new beginning, every night you came out stronger on the other side. All of it brought you here. Today, we're going to talk about 10 signs the universe sends you. Signs that say, this person, yes, this one. Some of these will stop you in your tracks. Others will feel like something you already knew but couldn't name. Listen closely. You might recognize yourself. You might see someone in your life a little differently after this. I'm so glad you're here. Let's get into it. Sign 1. You've learned to tell the difference. Do you remember the version of you who gave everyone a chance? Who hoped people would change? Who stayed too long? Out of loyalty, out of fear, out of habit. That woman doesn't run the show anymore. And that's not bitterness. That's wisdom. Hard, earned, beautiful wisdom. You know now who gives you energy and who drains it. You recognize the energy vampires faster. You feel it in your gut before your mind even catches up. And you know what? That's a gift, because the path to your person only opens up when you stop filling it with the wrong ones. Sometimes that means making an uncomfortable choice, letting a friendship run its course, releasing a dynamic that no longer serves you. It hurts. But on the other side of that hurt is space. Real, open space for someone who actually belongs there. Sign 2. Dreams are showing you someone. Do you remember a dream where you felt completely safe, held, whole, next to someone whose face you couldn't quite see, but whose presence felt like coming home? Dreams aren't random noise. They're messages from a deeper part of you that knows more than your waking mind does. If the same person keeps showing up in your dreams, familiar, close, almost known, pay attention. Write it down. First thing in the morning before the day drowns it out. Even just a few sentences. Over time, you'll start to see patterns, a language of your own soul. It's been talking to you all along. Sign 3. Love is suddenly everywhere. And then, all of a sudden, it's everywhere. Love. A song comes on and hits you somewhere unexpected. A movie you've seen a dozen times suddenly makes you cry. You pass a couple sitting quietly in a coffee shop and you think, that's what I want. That's not a coincidence. That's your soul tuning in. There's something called the frequency illusion. The idea that we notice what we're already internally aligned with. But this goes beyond psychology. Your soul is broadcasting on the frequency of love right now. And the universe is responding, quietly at first, then louder. Don't fight it. You don't have to play it cool. You're allowed to want this. That longing isn't weakness, it's a compass. Sign 4. You know exactly what you won't accept anymore. After 40, you stop wasting time on the wrong people, on the wrong dynamics, on relationships that feel like homework. You know what it feels like when something's off. That quiet discomfort you used to talk yourself out of, used to breathe through, used to smile past. Not anymore. Your deal breakers are clear, not because you're difficult, but because you know what you're worth. And here's the beautiful thing about that. Clear boundaries attract people who respect them. Knowing what you don't want helps you find what you do. Saying this or nothing makes room for the right thing. That strength, feminine, mature, radiant strength. Sign 5. Being alone would be okay. I know that sounds strange in a podcast about soul love, but stay with me for a second. There's a difference between loneliness and being alone. Loneliness hurts. True solitude, the grounded, sovereign kind, is something else entirely. It's freedom. It's stillness. It's the ability to be your own company. Women who can do that, who love from a place of fullness, not fear of emptiness, radiate something irresistible. Not because they're perfect, because they're whole. Psychology calls it secure attachment. That inner sense of safety that doesn't have to come from someone else. When you can honestly say, I could live a good life alone, and I still choose love, you're ready, really ready, for someone who feels that in you. Sign 6. Angel numbers are showing up everywhere. 1111 on the clock. 333 on a license plate. 444 on a receipt. Right when you were thinking of him. Maybe you've noticed it and brushed it off. Too much in your head, just a coincidence. But what if it isn't? Angel numbers are gentle messages, small cosmic nods. The universe whispering, you're on the right path. Trust the process. I've got this. You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to be paying attention. And maybe next time you see 1111, just pause. Breathe and think. Okay, I'm listening. Sign 7. You've become the calm in the storm. Think about how you used to react. When someone hurt you, when a relationship fell apart, when life didn't go the way you planned. And now you breathe through it. You know storms pass. You can stand in the middle of chaos and still feel the ground beneath your feet. Not because nothing touches you, but because you know who you are. That's not indifference. That's maturity. That's the result of everything you've lived through. And that stillness you carry, it's magnetic. It draws people who are also rooted in themselves. People who don't need drama, who don't need constant reassurance, who just show up. When you feel this inner peace, you know it. Your partner will find someone they can rely on completely, without reservation. Sign 8. Meaningful coincidences keep happening. You think of someone, and they reach out. You bring something up in conversation, and the next day, it's everywhere. You read the same sentence 3 times in one day, in 3 completely different places. Carl Jung called this synchronicity, meaningful coincidences. Hints of a deeper order working quietly beneath the surface of everyday life. And here's what I love about that. The universe never stops speaking, even when we're not listening. It's patient. It sends the same signals again and again, in different forms through different channels, until we finally look up and say, "Oh, you mean me. Look up, it means you." Sign 9. One person makes you feel like you've arrived. You know by now what wrong feels like. That nervous excitement you used to mistake for love. The intensity that turned out to be instability. The butterflies that were really just anxiety wearing a pretty dress. Your person feels different. No roller coaster, no games, no lying awake wondering what they meant by that text. Instead, calm, warmth. The feeling that you don't have to perform, that you don't have to make yourself smaller so they can feel bigger, that you can just be you, fully, without apology. There's a phrase that says it all. He feels like home. Not exciting like a vacation, not dramatic like a thunderstorm, but warm like a Sunday morning, familiar like your favorite chair, safe like a place where you never have to prove anything. When you feel that you've arrived. Sign 10, a warmth rises in you from nowhere. You know that feeling when you walk through the door after a long day. Kick off your shoes, take a breath, and think, I'm safe here. I'm me here. Some people create that feeling just by being near you. No grand gesture, no performance, just warmth, like someone quietly turning on a light in a room that's been dark too long. Science calls it positivity resonance. Those moments of genuine connection where two people light up at the same time, not performing for each other, not impressing, just glowing, together. That's rare, truly rare. And when you feel it, take it seriously. Don't talk yourself out of it. Don't analyze it to death. Just let it be what it is. A gift. Here's the truth, and I mean this with everything I have. You've been through so much. You've given so much. You've learned so much. And all of it, every disappointment, every new start, every night you came out stronger on your own, all of it made you the woman you are today. A woman who is ready. Truly ready. Your person isn't your rescue. They're your complement, the one you don't have to explain yourself to. Who just gets it, who just shows up. And they're out there somewhere, probably closer than you think. All you have to do, keep your eyes open, keep your heart open, and trust yourself. You know more than you think. You feel more than you allow yourself to. Trust the process. Trust the universe. And most of all, trust you. If today's episode touched something in you, share it with a friend who needs to hear it right now. You already know who that is. This is Spirita Vivo, where spirituality grows up with you. If this conversation met you where you are tonight, I'm grateful you're here. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next episode.